Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Let's get it in. 64,500 Bitcoin. Going all the way down, all the way back up. Playing games. I kept the long open. We'll see what happens. Did you? Bam. Whoa. Sorry. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Hope everyone's having a wonderful morning. God bless each and every one of you. Let's put the lemon into the water. Friday is a beautiful day. The sun is shining. Man, not a cloud in the sky. Bitcoin holding 64,500. What a beautiful day it is to be alive. They tried to set us down last night. We did not. We went sideways through the chop as expected. I looked like it was going to be a sideways night when I was talking to my trading group in their weekly screen share. And we did get a sideways night after all that craziness. PCE came in today too as well as expected. Nothing crazy, nothing burger. So far, so good. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Shout out to the channel sponsors, the Crypto.tax and iTrust Capital. Also, if you want to jump on in, May 18th, I will teach a class here, the Lifer Vision trading class. May 18th will be the next time I teach this class. Jump on in if you want to jump on in. We have a beautiful little cup here too if you want to send a tip in. All right. And Bitcoin getting a beautiful pump to the upside. I just opened up a long this morning. It got close. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down for BTC. Up 20% if you took the trade with me. And we were here. It came down, never got stopped out, and whipped right back to the upside for Bitcoin. Let's talk about this short squeeze that we see happening the second I show up on the live to the upside here and see if this long is going to continue. Are we going to get further liquidity? But beautiful short squeeze to the upside here for Bitcoin. Some liquidations coming on in. And we got liquidity built above us at 65,600. Can we get there? Can we close a weekly candle above 65.5? Will the bears finally get defied? Will we continue to get a bigger move to the upside? Nice big candle breakout of this falling wedge. We got back above the 200 MA on the 15-minute time frame. That's a big deal. Usually, if you can do that, you can get a bigger move to the upside. Let's see if this can continue for more of a squeeze today. So if you're my trading group, you're already in the green on this trade. Congratulations, depending on where you did or did not get in. But shout out to each and every one of you for being here with me and the lifers. Litecoin beating up on Bitcoin, something we're going to discuss in a little while. Very interesting. And, it's been about a month, but this is a key level since about April 12th when we lost it. And you can see there on March 29th there, we had hit it before, so 24. So it's been a key level that Litecoin has liked to hit, and we just ripped right through it. And you can see this nice gap of the VRVP back up to this high volume node. So, just interesting times to be a Litecoin guy. Shout out to Tom Crown. If you're out there, Tom, we love you. Shout out to all the Litecoin people out there. Litecoin was one of the first coins I ever got into. I knew about it when it was on Coinbase. There was only 3 coins on Coinbase when I started. Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. And so once Bitcoin did some went from 300 to 3,000, then I saw, Ethereum go from $9 to $80, and then little Litecoin at $5. I figured, hey, this thing's going to move like these other 2 coins. And lo and behold, we got a nice pump to the upside for So interesting to see Litecoin getting that jump. Kind of a little bit of a, the beginning of an altcoin season. Something's brewing there. When you see altcoin beating up on Bitcoin, that's a sign. I'm telling you, it's a sign. It's a sign. So here we are for Bitcoin. I saw this falling wedge break it to the upside. Out of nowhere, we took a nasty dump to the downside. 1 minute, lost the 200, came down. But look, the 1 minute got back above. The signal shot. This is my known signal with the golden cross. And again, you get in when this happens right here. Stop loss on the other side. This is a very simple way to trade. I'm giving you the sauce. Most people don't get it or see it, but I'm giving you the sauce every single day. You can see it play out time and time again. Whether you took the 15-minute signal above the 200 or the one on the 1 minute. And I like when they go in tandem together. They almost kind of happen in tandem. Now, we just hit a resistance. 64,800 has been a problem child for Bitcoin. Maybe even a little lower. We can't seem to get back above this key resistance region here for BTC. So definitely something that you want to pay attention to here for Bitcoin is 64.8, and we did violently move fast above that 200 MA. Looks like we're going to come back down to the 200. Whenever we make a move that fast from the 200, we either have to go sideways or revisit. We want to make sure the 200, the 21 MA can pass through the 200. You can see Bitcoin already getting slaughtered a little bit here to the downside. It's like been false move Monday out here, in my humble opinion, when it comes to BTC. All right. Another interesting concept here that I'm willing to talk about, if I can get off of the maca, is this idea here for Bitcoin. A bit of a diamond forming here for BTC. A bit of a diamond here. A bit of a diamond-handed man. He's a diamond-handed man, bro. He can go all the way, man. Oh, wow. All the way back to 560. Battling 600 here. 64.5 is really the key level that we want to stay back above. 64,500 would be this local, look, resistance. Can we finally break that resistance and stay above it? Are we in for more chop? But a bit of a diamond-handed man here. No, but the diamond came in from the bottom. Can we break back up to the upside here for Bitcoin? Only time will tell. Let's have some fun. Let's break down Bitcoin on a larger scale here. But I do like the move. If we can stay above the 200 on the 15-minute, I'm bullish. If we lose it, I flip back to being like, oh, well, it was a nothing burger. It was a nothing burger over here. He had a burger. There was nothing in it. It wasn't that good because it had nothing in it. It was a nothing burger. So we take a look here at the $65,500 level. Hey, Ash. Hey, Lois. I think I'm going to go to bed. Hey, Chris, go to your room. I don't know why that'd always be funny to me. It probably shouldn't be. I'm going to move the mixer further out, I realize, at one point. Bitcoin getting back to 64,720. I stay long. I want 65.6 and I want it now. Liquidity says we can get there. Let's see if we can hang all the way to liquidity, baby. Let's go to the liquidity run to 65.6. More wicks on the weekly telling us there's more buying pressure for Bitcoin. What people don't realize, when it rips, it's going to rip out of control and everyone's going to be like, and people are going to rush back into this market faster than they left it. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be a crazed frenzy for BTC. Look at this beautiful pump, 64,800 for Bitcoin. And we are in the money on the long, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Gains on gains every single day here on the channel. There's always opportunity. I never know what day is going to be the best one. You know, every day is. That's why. Every day is going to be the best one. See, that's how you flip it. Let's take a look at that 3-day chart and show you what's happening on the 3-day. You could say, hey, I feel like it was this. It like broke out, broke back inside. Could even say it's in a broadening falling wedge like this. Come back to the upside and then break on out. These are bullish at the end of the day. MACD wants to turn on you. RSI is not in too bad of a spot. And again, like we've been showing you, swing up to swing up, swing down to swing down. This is hidden bullish divergence. We should not make a lower low, but you know, I'm still open-minded that we are making that right shoulder though. All depends on when this candle closes in 9 hours. Looks like it's going to close bearish. Unless a miracle can get thrown here in the mix and we can get a zoom and we can close back above 67K. This would end up being a tweezer top, you know. So, not my favorite thing to see there. All right. And then possible right shoulder again. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Some say no, Sam. It's an inverted. You're missing the point. And again, that's a chance. I'll give it to you, but I also see this, you know. And someone said, well, what do you do if you see both? Well, this was more formed, in my humble opinion. The other one's still kind of in query. You know, this one is there. This one is actually there. I like the moving averages getting tight on the daily, though. Starting to spell, you know, spell some type of idea that we could be consolidating. And starting something like that, right? Some nice consolidation, getting tight. Tight. The tighter we want to keep, this is what you want to see. You want to see price action doing this stuff. You want to see the 200 getting pulled in. And maybe 2 more weeks we go sideways and then boom. That's when we really get our move further to the upside. Only time will tell for Bitcoin. All right. Back to 64,650. Man, it's been treacherous out here. It's like a Monday. Every day's been like a Monday trading BTC. You got to take your gains fast and furiously or they get eaten alive. That's just what I've been seeing. So we're still stuck inside the range, bottom, middle range. Can we get back to the top of the range? Taking its pretty time to get back up there. We're holding a bit of a double, you know, a higher low here, as that will be, if we close green, this will be the second daily candle. So let's see if we can close this candle green above this one as such and call this our high, a low, our higher low. We continue further to the upside here for Bitcoin. But we still see the hidden bullish on the 3-day. It really hasn't been negated, so it's still open to me. The 8-hour had a lot of time to dump pretty nicely. So far has not. And so this idea is brewing a little bit. Just, you know, this is what we're seeing here for the 8-hour. Can we bounce off this trend line back to the upside, or are we making a bear flag that's going to eat us alive? Right? I'm open-minded to both ideas, and that's what Bitcoin's been just, you know, lately it's had, you know, a bit of a, you know, either flip side to it. It could go either way almost all the time. It's been iffy. We did get this beautiful move off the bounce. We did end up trading that last week on the weekly screen share. That was insanity. We had a great screen share last night. Shout out to anyone who attended. We appreciate that. And again, like what I'm seeing here is that just, you know, a bit of a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. We could even just make it look, you know, you can see it's a bit of a, you know, symmetrical triangle with a possible bear. But I see, you know, like I showed you that reversal diamond. And that's what I do. I take the weekly all the way back to what time frame I'm looking at, just so I don't see things or make things up in my mind that just aren't real. Now look, the 1 hour getting rejected by the 200. Yet again, like these are just the key problems here for Bitcoin. We want to make sure we get back above that. That's now a resistance level for BTC. We got to get back above that 200. You want to keep this, and look how, see, when we went really far away from the 21, now we're coming back to it. And an interesting divergence there is, you know, that isn't as sharp as that downtrend. Definitely was a liquidity grab. And I feel like this was the trend line. We lost it. We came back inside. So to me, I keep the long open as long as we can stay outside of this pattern and above the 200 and the 15. We lose the 200 and the 15, then, I get way less faith in the long. And I really want to see the 1 hour get back above this. This is a big deal. This 1 hour today, if it breaks above this 200, man, boom. We're likely to move, fast move here, right up to this liquidity. 66.9. And you see we got 65.5. We still got red down here, but not as much as we had yet. It's still 56,000, but remember it was way more like, it was like a lot more liquidity down there. Now we just got this hopeful guy at 57K, which I've seen before. It doesn't not get filled, but we'll take it one step at a time. Right now, the deepest in the reddest liquidity is above us at 65,680. But again, the resistance of the 200 MA. And this has been interesting recently. It's either the 4 hour 200, like look, the 4 hour 200 MA was our no-go right here. Really stopped us from getting anywhere recently. And now the 1 hour is doing a similar idea here. So they're your gateways to bullishness. They're your gateways to stopping you from getting bullish, right? You got to get back above these 200 MAs for Bitcoin. Nice spike up to the upside. If you grab that liquidity up at like 67.4, and that's what lately I've been noticing. It's either I'm in and I'm out, in and out, are the only way to trade today in the last few weeks based on what I'm seeing. We also have the Fed meeting, CME Watch Tool coming out, something you want to pay attention to. We bring it up every day here on the channel and just show you, very likelihood of no rate hike at all. Current is 52 to 550. We're going to stay there. I'll take anything. Everyone wants a rate cut, but I'll take anything that's not a rate hike. You know what I mean? So, and Bitcoin's been extremely volatile today, going super low, then back to the upside, back up, back to the downside. It's already been playing games a lot recently, just going after probably people with 100x leverage. They're just too over leveraged there on the move. So 97%, 525 to 550 on the target rate hike. And we had PCE data incoming in today too, right? And it was pretty flat, the same as it always, 3%, 3%, 3%. Previous forecast and the actual, all exactly the same for the core PCE. All right. And red folder days, baby, red folder days, but not too bad. We have revised UOM consumer sentiment. Not a big deal. And but the PCE is really what you want to look at, that core PCE coming in on Friday. And we got our Fed meeting May 1st of next week. All right, just things to think about and keep on your radar that will affect the market. That's going to be Wednesday, and usually Monday, Tuesday, trade cautiously into the Fed. So if we get a funky weekend or things are just starting to trade more sideways, it's due to the Fed. All right. I don't know what you did with your taxes this year, but Decrypted.tax is a great place. Shout out to the channel sponsorship from Decrypted.tax. You can get yourself a lifer special pricing, 25% off the standard pricing, and get yourself a free consultation. I just think it's smart to be in the loop of what's happening so you know exactly where you are with your finances. And, check out a service of Ernest Lee, LLP, man, Decrypted.tax. All right. I personally work with Ernest too and do things on the attorney side and the accounting side, so check it out at Decrypted.tax. Gummy, remember, Gummy was launched by Blowfin all by itself there, came out low, still holding gains from when it first dropped, really, compared to the rest of the market. Still holding gains of 200% and a 1.555% from the launch here, right? Even from the launch to dump and then this initial launch, which is great. Like, you don't even have to be in this craziness, just right after the dump. And so Blowfin really making a big move here, coming in with Gummy. And if you want to sign up to Blowfin, we do have a link in the pinned comment and the description if you want to jump on in today to Blowfin, all right? So they're going to be coming up with more coins, more partnerships, and a lot more spot too. So that's going to be interesting. Check out Blowfin today if it's something that you want to, find out about. Litecoin, BTC, beating up on Bitcoin. Does this mean a lot of other coins are beating up on Bitcoin? What's happening to Bitcoin dominance? All right. You can see here, what my stake is. We got to hold the 15,200. We got to break back above the 1 hour. If this doesn't, we'll come back down. We'll go inside the pattern. If we go inside the pattern, right? Falling wedges can break down. And so if we break back inside the pattern, you're likely to drop to the bottom, and then maybe we drop back down here, and your next target would be somewhere here at about 62,793, 62,800. I'm not saying that's guaranteed to happen, but right now we just lost all of the pump that we just got out of nowhere. And that's just kind of been the way Bitcoin's been recently. A lot of chop, a lot of up and down, a lot of in and out price action, right? Nice little inverted head and shoulder here. Look at that. Beautiful move to the upside. Thanks, Sam, for everything I've learned is priceless. Shout out to Barber Trader Joe. We love you. We appreciate you, man. I sold my soul for rock and roll. That's so funny. The entire house is sick. We all have incurable diseases. First one to guess the disease gets $99 a month. What diseases is it? I know what it is. How do you see... give us a trade, baby. Tommy Crown and his Litecoin. Amen. Yeah. Jedi M for real wrote gainitis. Samantha Jean wrote gainitis. Bring home with Liam is awesome. Hope everyone goes as well for you. Oh, God bless you, man. You're home with your baby, man. God bless you, brother. Yeah, you know, with all the craziness going on in my life, I forget that I'm also bringing in a new kid, you know. Because, like, if I was a first-time dad, I'd be freaking out, right? But it's like, hey, my third kid, like, you know. But it's, you know, with everything going on, then I forget my wife is also pregnant, right? It's just a lot. Wow, look at that. Bitcoin back to 64,363. Just as fast as you're up, you're down, man. That's why I'm not risking a lot too recently on these Bitcoin moves. Craziness. Absolute craziness. Best to be every morning with the Liger and the 99. Yeah, the Ligers. I know you meant to write Liger. I used to have a shirt called the Liger. I have the Liger. And a Liger is a real thing. And I think we brought this up on the channel before. It's a lion tiger, man. It's a hybrid offspring of a male lion and a tigress. The liger has parents of the same but a different species. The liger is distinct from the opposite hybrid called the tigon, a male tiger and a lioness, and is the largest of all known extant felines. They enjoy swimming, which is a characteristic of tigers, and also sociable like lions. Notably, ligers typically grow larger than either parent species, unlike tigons. All right. So, yeah. Now, I don't know if a liger can then produce with another liger, though. That's what someone would have to find that out for me. Okay. But yeah, I had the shirt said I have the liger, and people used to look at me like, and I had to be like, correct them because they thought it was a typo. But I would correct them and say, no. Like, that's a real thing, man. You know what I mean? Step off. Don't talk about my liger shirt. So yeah, liger, that's it. That's what I meant. Yeah, no, for sure. The eye of the ligers. Yeah. Ligers are sterile. Yeah, it's kind of like a donkey or a mule, right? Isn't that like a donkey is a horse and a mule? But a donkey can't mate with another donkey. It becomes sterile too as well. Ligers are sterile. They cannot reproduce. Pump Baby and Bouncer, one of them, I don't know. Is that true though? And how do you know that? I'm not a liger, but I'm cool like MacGyver. I could eat lunch watching mindless videos, or I could watch you every day and learn. Thank you, Sam. Shout out to John Gagnon. We love you. We appreciate you. And look, can we get the retest here? This would be a bullish retest. All right, you would come down and bounce. Look at that shoulder, head, and right shoulder. Look at this just insane price action. It's just so wrong, right? Like, it's just wrong. Look at that. It's just so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Like, shredded down, shredded up, blah, blah, like, blah, blah, like. And again, just using the 200, getting out there, in and out, not playing games. But maybe, this bullish retest could give us a move, or we'll make a shoulder ahead and we'll make another nasty right shoulder here. And this puppy will want to come back down to the bottom of the pattern. Let's see if we can continue to nail these shorts down. A lot of shorts have been opened up recently, so we know we got liquidity above us to the upside, which is a good sign for the bears if they want to get rocked. I'm just joking. It's a good sign for the bulls. But, we got this nice liquidity now built at 65.3. Something tells me we get to 65,300 today based on, liquidity. ¿Por qué no los dos? Mira tu boca, mira tu boca, ¿Dónde tú eres? So, you need to play the Elvis song, going up, going down. Okay, just the males are sterile. The females can reproduce, but not another liger, just a male tiger or a lion. Interesting. Thank you for clarifying that. I was a bit upset when you said that they couldn't, because I felt bad for them. And I wanted to know that they could reproduce, but the male can't. The female can. Make sure you have some good water every single day. Hydrate yourself, work out. Put yourself to the test of life if you can every single day. All right, if you're in good health, make sure you continue to stay in good health. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. My buddy wrote, I'm trying to get a seasonal job at the Farm Institute summer camp. If I don't, I will come sooner. No try. There is do or do not. Right? I just watched Star Wars with my daughter, Empire Strikes Back, last night. I figured she had to learn. At one point she asked, Mom, do I have to watch this? Then it got interesting again and she came back. But, you know, we almost lost her at one point. She's like, I know that's a green screen. I can tell that's green screen. She's like, I was like, stop. Don't ruin it for me. Sam, could you please look at on Sol, ticker, a new meme coin launched by crypto, inspired by, that did over 100x since day one and retraced nicely. I mean, I bet it has, I bet it's going to have some, let's see, we'll see. I mean, it has a $500,000 market cap. 100x, like it's got 100x to it, like a $10 million market cap, right? It's up to 17x, but you gotta get in so early, and I mean, hey, I like Crypto Blood. He's been cool. He's been nothing but nice to me, man. Respect to my buddy. I've seen him in person. Nice dude. We met at an event. I mean, it has some hidden bullish divergence, which is a good sign, right? This swings down while that swings up. And I pulled the Fibonacci on it. It bounced off really the 786. If you take this area all the way down, yeah, I mean, there's the golden pocket bounce. Maybe it has legs. You never know. I'd put in, what I'm willing to lose and go for it, but I'm all memed out at this point. Not to say that you shouldn't, you guys, you got to do whatever makes you happy. All right, I'm not a financial advisor, right? But yeah, I'm gonna move on because I don't want to be disrespecting people too. It's for my channel, it's a little off base. All right, I didn't even really fully realize what was happening there too. All right, Genesis block, Big Pumpowski. That's kind of interesting. I like the Big Lebowski a lot. All right, that's my thing. But like, it's just people that run into this stuff and just hoping they're gonna. This is how you lose a lot of money over time. In my home, Czechs Baka, Chewbacca, Czechs Baka whales. I don't know. It's a little much for me. Like I get overwhelmed. Like I want to go back and buy Sol and hold it for 10. You know what I mean? Hold it for 10 months. I just like I like real like investing is what it is. I like hardcore investing, man. Not saying I don't have memes, but at one point, like I can only buy so many memes. Why do you guys love this Cat Moto so much? Someone on this channel is addicted to this coin. Like they can't get enough of it. Like it has to be Cat Moto and it has to be Cat Moto all the time. It's like give me Cat Moto or nothing. Like if this guy doesn't get Cat Moto, I'm just messing around. I have a hard time finding it every time. CATA. See, I remember the ticker. Say it's on BNB. I mean, that's just chop, right? But it's making a rounded bottom. Rounded bottoms pay the bills, man. So, you know what I'm saying? A rounded bottom pay them bills, boy. Bring home that paper, bro. Cook me some bacon. Well, let's see this. We get that down south, that pig skin down south, boy. Look at this nice round bottom. All right. Like me no crow, baby. Look, 64,120 for Bitcoin, just getting shredded back to the downside yet again. They'll bring you up, they'll bring you down. It's a false move Monday every day now. Every day has been false move Monday. It's been treacherous out here. Constantly. You got to take your gains immediately. In and out, in and out. In and out. Next, you'll say that's the wrong coin, right? I don't know. I think any Inu, I didn't buy any Inu, but if anything's going to be hot, any Inu could be hot. So Boomer did some damage in the last, couple days. Someone asked about it yesterday. Up 3x, really, since yesterday. Pretty nice, right? Boomer banging on him. I don't know what it is. Boomer on base. Now you could pull your fib and wait for it to possibly come back to a 618 before jumping back in again. I'm not into this stuff recently. I hope you guys do well. I'm not saying, I'm not saying I don't buy memes. But I'm memed out for a little while, right? I've short squeeze, now long squeeze. I know, right? They're doing it both ways today. Look at that. And you know what that means too is we're losing the 200 MA on the 15 nastily. Look, and I told you once you went through this top of the pattern, you're going to break down to the bottom. Look, now you got this shoulder, head. Could you make a right shoulder? And then you're going to dump for some more. So we're ready for some lower areas, right? If I can get off of that. Dang. Stop that. So I could see Bitcoin heading lower down to 61.82. That's just taking out this low. I'm not saying that's guaranteed to happen. We'll see, but we just lost 64K after such a nice move and rejection by the 200 MA on the 1 hour. Nasty rejection, creating a sell point from the, these bots must be programmed to do these things. It's bot action. It's pretty interesting how it just like clockwork every time we get rejected or get above a 200 MA. Sammy is curious your thoughts and opinion on ENA. I think ENA is going to be a big in this market for what it does. Look at Litecoin beating up on Bitcoin, just getting numbers. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance right now. But look at that. Shoulder, head, right shoulder to the downside. Like exactly. Look at it. It's just so crazy. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Measured move. Bang. Now you get the bounce. Like this is just crazy. Unbelievable. I want to take a look at Bitcoin dominance. I remember we were looking at Bitcoin dominance and Tether dominance in tandem. Now look, Bitcoin dominance gave way this morning, and that love went a little bit of Litecoin. And honestly, look at Bitcoin dominance about to take a little bit of a check. Could we get a little alt season here? Could be nice, right? So as long as Tether doesn't drop as much, but right now we have the 4 hour about to possibly pull back for Bitcoin dominance. And that could just give a little back to the altcoins. You can see Litecoin already eating it up. All right. Come on, Bitcoin, let's go up. Oversold RSI stocks reset, pump back up. Back to 64. Would you long or short right now on Bitcoin? It's a great question, right? I mean, I'm still in a long that hasn't been stopped out. So I'm just going to sit here until it either pays out or it doesn't. I got in here. We went down, didn't get stopped out. We went up. I was in the money. Now we're kind of almost back to break even. All right. I think I'm down $30, $41. We'll see what happens. It's a very small trade. $250 at like $9,000 trade, So, and again, we got to get back above the MAs again. We're just going to play this game all day long. So I'm still in a long in answer to your question on beautiful MEXC. All right. All right. And shout out to MEXC. They don't gouge you. 0.1% spot maker and taker fees. 0% future maker fee. Right? Give you the data right now for the halving performance data. If you hold MEXC token, bring those fees even down to complete zero and 0.01%, which is the lowest in the entire market. Have access to coins before everyone else. Have access to a lot of the meme coins that you have to go and find on decentralized on DEXs. This is the SEX that has it all. The CEX that has it all, MEXC. Check them out today. And if you need a KYC, which they will make mandatory in 2 months, get yourself an RNS ID today so you could KYC and feel comfortable dealing with customer service, doing your thing on MEXC. All right. Look at Litecoin beaming, just absolutely banging on them. And the 15-minute looks like it's going to do numbers right now out of this little flag. Continuing to the upside here, Litecoin BTC. There's all in right now. So if you had just jumped into Litecoin this morning, these are just interesting facts. Up 3.7% on your Bitcoin. Always a gain to be had if you pay attention, right? And a bunch of different coins that kind of beat DSLA, PUNDX, even FTX token, and more, which is interesting. Litecoin beating up on Bitcoin. All right. Okay. Yeah, Bitcoin options expiry today, right? Isn't there like billions of Bitcoin expiring today too? Okay, thanks for your work, Sam. Shout out to Chris Crypto Life. We love you. We appreciate you. Shout out to Toby McDonald Woods. Shout out to Crunk C. Shout out to all the awesome people here, and I'm just blessed to be alive. Shout out to all the beautiful people. If you're still in this market right now, these are the people that are going to make some serious gains, right? The people that stick through with focus and discipline. They're going to do everything they can to push you out of this market. They're going to do everything they can to trick you, flip you, dip you, make you think something isn't what it is. Try to take value away from your mind. But once you understand what true value is, because you know what true value isn't, which is printing money to zero, it's not that difficult to figure out that cryptocurrency is really the way. All right. I've been watching this coin ALEPH right now, but it depends. If Bitcoin takes a dump, this will too. Can it hold this higher low? Can it maintain this interesting inverted head and shoulder and get a move further to the upside? One of the more bullish coins that I'm looking at oversold here. But again, it could easily drop here and possibly double bottom. So I'm watching it closely. And I want to see it consolidate a little more. And so I wait for consolidation because I wait for things to get tighter inside of their channel. Because if it can get tighter in the channel, if that would make a blue line. And so I like to add alerts here. When price action crosses, it'll let me know. Something that I'm watching. We have a few other coins that we went over last night in the trading group too as well that are on my radar, right? Funny, Gearbox, which has been in a beautiful uptrend really when you look at it in the bigger picture here. Testing that 200 MA. But in this insane uptrend, right? So I just want, that would be great if it went sideways like that. So I'm just looking at bigger picture ideas here. So I'm going to be ready for what's going to happen instead of feeding into the fear. Let's take a look at the fear and greed index. Still at 70. To me, I'm feeling like it's got, the way the sentiment and the way I'm seeing things, it feels way lower. Like people are just, it also is May. Kids start getting out of school in down south, which I remember now. I don't know that. See, here in Boston, they go to school till the first week of June. But down south, right? Like Florida school season. And school season affects crypto a little bit, in my opinion, and people that trade crypto. But what is, when do they start and stop school in Florida? Interesting. I'll figure that out on my own time, I guess. But I thought it was August 24th. See, first, I don't know. You guys will tell me. Anyway. Follow me at CryptoLifer at 33 on X.com. I greatly appreciate it. On our way to 30,000 subscribers. Also see my little quick updates of the morning and more. All right. Also answer some of the polls and see what we have going on for you every single day here on Twitter. We appreciate that, and we love you guys. All right. A big resistance here at 0.2838, but I like what I'm seeing. I've been dollar cost averaging into ONDO. And just, big players in ONDO, big money in ONDO. We're talking BlackRock. We're talking heavy investments in to the RWA space. So it's definitely something that I'd want to pay attention to. And I have another coin I'm going to bring up towards the end of the stream that you may want to pay attention to too. But it's up to you. Tight moving averages with the 200 SMA getting closer and closer for ONDO. I do see kind of a head and shoulder pattern. It doesn't look amazing. The market hasn't been giving us like perfect, like, oh yeah. Like I used to get like, oh yeah, that's like a beautiful bull pennant or a beautiful falling wedge. Things have been sketchy to say the least, but this is still making a nice little tight move. And ONDO's getting tighter and tighter in the zone and holding 75. If ONDO ever went back down somewhere to 50, I would gobble up as much ONDO as I could. And I think a lot of other people would too. So I don't know if we'll ever get a 50 ONDO again, but there's chances. So I've been gobbling up ONDO, dollar cost averaging since this dip, these dips, and all through this. Even right now is a red day for ONDO, down 2.9%. So anyway, I'm always paying attention to what's happening in the markets. We also have AITECH. We have ChainGPT. We have a lot of launch pads coming out that are going to be a big deal too. And the prices will go up when people realize the value inside these launch pads. I really believe that. But look, we take a look at this. I mean, we bounced off of the 886 retracement. Let's actually go all the way down. Yeah. We bounced off the 786 retracement, came back up, hitting the 706 inside of this, sweet spot between the 786. This is the areas that I like to accumulate projects that I believe in when they're down and no one's paying attention. Now, to do this, you think it's going to keep going lower. There's never this like confirmation. That's why it's not easy to do. It's something you have to kind of practice over time. And who knows, could there be a black swan and it could go down? You never know. That's why you have to be so open-minded to believe that anything is possible. And that's why you don't put all your eggs in one basket. You put all your eggs in the Bitcoin basket. I'll put all my eggs in Bitcoin, and there you go, right? But, you go through the motions. This is the easiest time for people to bail on the market. If it feels right, if it feels like you should bail, then it's usually probably the best time to be buying. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I've been building bags, as I've been telling each and every one of you, buying these key areas of support or resistance, buying these coins that have been brought down lower, right? So if you can't buy the green when it's huge and red, then what do you do? That's why we bought the bear market. We're still up in a lot of our positions. Wildcoin still doing damage, So, man, I see like almost a bear flag here on the 1 minute time frame for Bitcoin. Let me show you. Just so interesting to see Litecoin really beating up on Bitcoin. I mean, you almost have double bullish div now. Swing up, swing up, but it also creates a bit of a flag, right? And so here, you got it. This divergence has to kick in. You have to get this pump back to the upside here. Wow, what a dump, right? The head and shoulder played out exactly like it was supposed to. Then you made this funky divergence. Now you got to break back above 64,100 or like you're bearish. That's your next resistance point that's going to matter. And if not, you go lower. Let's see if BOOKMAP any, So they flush the shorts, they flush the longs. Liquidity kind of followed us below here. Weird, right? It like pressed us. And you can see the 57,000. Really not a lot of liquidity today. A little bit down here at 62,480 suggests that we do go down now to, 62,000. So this looks like it's about to dump right here, down to at least 63.4. That would be the measured move. This is a bear flag about to take us down. High stochastics, right? At the same time, you're like, but the divergence could hold us. It may. I see more downside coming based on the stochastics RSI, but we'll see. That looks like a dump to me down to about 63,400 for Bitcoin. But the way they see it, I wouldn't be surprised if they just go a little bit and then rip it back up. It's been treacherous. At the same time, I mean, head and shoulder played out. You lost the 200 on the 1 minute, and that was your chance to short. This divergence technically should play out. Like that should be your liquidation, and you should get a bounce back to the upside. Interesting. I'm just looking at price again. It's like this has been the case recently every single day. Like I've seen the divergence should kick in, but it's a bear flag. Like I've just seen mixed signals almost on multiple occasions. You lost the point of control, bear flag. You know, I say short. I say probability is you're going down, but I could be wrong. Let's take a look at the DXY, the dollar index here. And look, the DXY in this little flag and showing signs that it may break out. Like that breaks out, that's bearish in my humble opinion. And look, shoulder head, kind of shoulder defied. That's bearish for Bitcoin. You don't want to see this get a huge pump. The 8 hour says it's about to pump hard, real hard. And that would be a pretty nasty dump in my humble opinion for Bitcoin. Like, man, they could pump together. They don't have to dump. They don't have to be completely inversely correlated, but for the most part, they are. That brings us to tether dominance too, which was giving us a sign. And look, it did break out a little bit. We didn't want to see it break back above this high. We want to see this 8 hour dump. So we want to see altcoins get some love. We want to see tether dominance fall down and Bitcoin dominance fall down. That would be the key. Right, which looks like we may. It looks like this weekend we may have a little bit of alt. I don't know why, but it's looking like we may have some alt season here. A little tiny one, just because the dominance is breaking down, and so is on Bitcoin dominance and tether dominance. Look, I just called the short. Highly likely we're going to dump here back down to 63,400. But I could be wrong, but that's what I see happening. Stop loss above the point of control. Still not a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio, so to me it's a little risky at 2.59. But that's where I see us right now for BTC. Oh, so another idea, when the market is sideways like this, right, is to look at BTC pairs and only play a Bitcoin pair every couple of days. Something that makes sense, something that's getting more traction. Like look at HBAR BTC. Like that had to have beat up on Bitcoin recently. That's on CoinEx. CoinEx really has what you need. But look, that last run up was really nice. And again, I'm not saying today is the day, but when it got hot, so we look for narratives in the market and trade again. That would have earned almost an entire 94% on the Bitcoin. And even if we just got somewhere in between, right? So we don't have to fall in love with HBAR or any of the new coin that's pumping, but we could use it to gain more BTC. So if we keep our mind on opportunity, we'll find it. We will. But if we keep our mind in the gutter on negativity, then that's what we'll find too as well. I really believe, I keep bringing this BASEDAI project up, and I talk about, its white paper, and I read a lot about the introduction, and I show you kind of what's going on here. But I believe BASEDAI is going to be a big deal over time, and that PEPE coin burn is a really interesting concept. And I don't know why they've attached it to the PEPE coin, but it is what it is with the brains, and I can get an understanding of the encrypted data encrypted, output decrypted, send encrypted result. Server, FHE model, right? Which is fully homomorphic encryption. Nobody can see it, but they're all morphed similarly, right? That's the best way to say it. And this thing is huge. Like, people break down this idea, and this is how AI can move at a faster rate. A ZK-LLM workflow for healthcare. Consider a hypothetical scenario involving a specialized brain, dubbed a medical record brain. The brain is designed to process sensitive medical data on the BASEDAI network, offering insights and recommendations without ever compromising patient privacy. And here's how it would work. So you can get the information from patients and get the data, which helps more people. Because like right now, AI could work so much better if we could get the information around, specifically for the medical society, right? Think about it. We could help more people if we can get more information. But if people's data, privacy blocks us from getting the statistics, then we can't get the information like we would like. If we can't get the information we would like, it takes us longer to kind of make medical progress. So we need a solution to that AI dilemma. And the AI dilemma there is based AI. And maybe it's the beginning of what becomes something even bigger. But to me, it's coming out of crypto and it's hot. And so, yeah, we may be stressing a Bitcoin pullback and all this nonsense right now. But at the end of the day, there's big innovations coming. And a lot of them are coming through cryptocurrency. All right. Token metrics, Brett, POPCAT, Athena, and Pixel. So people are just grabbing up some Brett right now. Grabbing up some POPCAT, some Pixel, and Athena. What is POPCAT? I have no idea. And that's why you click on it. You can find out more at Token Metrics. Token Metrics is a great place. I believe we should have a link to Token Metrics out, but it's on Jupiter, Gate.io, BingX, BitTrue. It's everywhere you want to be. It's like Visa. POPCAT, market cap. It's up 40%. Market cap 159. $513 million. POPCAT, Twitter, Reddit, SoulScan. So it has an Explorer. It gives you all sorts of information on it. It's possibly recovery factor. Interesting. You kind of love that, right? Price predictions for POPCAT. Believes it's going to pump, see? It's predicting a pump, which is so funny, right? Oh, wow, it's on MEXC already. See, MEXC gets, I don't know how MEXC gets every single coin known to man. So this thing's out of control. Came out April 18th and ripping. And they say it's going to continue to go. Wish I knew about POPCAT last night, right? I probably did. 81% gains fast for POPCAT. So there's still gains to be had out here. We just got to pay. We just got to dig deeper and pay more attention. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Just be a little more disciplined, a little more tight. It's going to be more like bear market trading again. Just for a couple weeks until things get back to normal. We're just going to have to fight for a couple, the gains. Let's watch this to consolidate though, and the AI already says possible move, 35% gain. It may not go exactly this way, but definitely something I'll be looking at. POPCAT. And so you can see how I just deep dive right there and just learn things. So you learned about a new coin with me right now, or a possible new opportunity. Some of you already knew about POPCAT. I'm sure you guys were telling me about it over and over again. And I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin just pumps the other way and right back up again and liquidates the shorts. Just the kind of day it's been. So just be careful on trusting the move too much either way. I just keep my stop on days like today and my take profit and just go for the ride. And don't risk too much, and that's it. You don't get to be a hero every day of your life. You just got to make sure you don't lose tons of money. I'm not a financial advisor, but people that care more about not losing money end up making it in the long run, right? I see you said it clear for the New Year's. At least I won something. Shout out to Jonathan. You guys are funny. So POPCAT on the radar, definitely something to pay attention to. All right. Shout out to our channel sponsor, I Trust Capital. Buy and sell cryptocurrency, gold, silver with your IRA. Check it out today. They also have more coins than I ever thought they would. Shiba Inu, basic attention token, sushi, and gold and silver. You got to love seeing that next to Bitcoin. And Dogecoin even, which is actually still up pretty nicely considering from the 7-cent region. But buy and sell cryptocurrency tax-free with your iTrust Capital account. Get ready for retirement. Find out more about iTrust Capital and what it could do for you. Link in the description and the QR code on the side. All right. Look, back up to 64,000. The divergence played out. Stop loss got hit on the short. No short pay. No short, baby. I'm still in a long. So even though I put this, I'm still in a long. We'll see what happens. Look at that. Just I mean, at one point the short was in the money a little bit. In my defense, it went down, 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 down. Then the divergence just got real strong. Then you got the higher low there, and you should bounce back to the 200 now on the 1 minute and play this game all over again. Yada, 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 right? What fun it is. I want to take a look at total market cap of all of cryptocurrency and break this down too, and just see what's happening for the total market cap. Then we're going to get into your chat and see what's happening in the chat. So total market cap, key levels to watch, right? We bounced nicely off 215 trillion. We got resistance at 2.4, resistance at 2.6, and our main move there at 271. All right. We have a low, we have a high, we have a low, we have a lower high technically, and resistance at 2.4. Seems to me like we're making some type of more falling wedge here that might have to come and test this lower area at 2.25. Below the moving average on the 10 hour. Why the 10 hour, I don't know. It just happened to be. Usually when I see this tightness, we dump down to the 200 unless we can get a move on out. So, like, it's so crucial, really, in my humble opinion, we get a bounce here this weekend. Something like this. And even if we just go more sideways to the top of the channel, which has been stuck in this channel, you would expect to move to the top of the channel before we test the bottom one more time. But I don't like how the Stokes are pointing down, and I don't like how the 200 is sitting there. I mean, it tells you, hey, and then look, shoulder, head, right shoulder, like we've been talking about. So, like, I don't know. Unless we can get a bounce, if we lose this level, it really kind of solidifies the shoulder, and then boom, I drop right back down to this key area. It looks like, I'm not saying it's guaranteed. It just, this looks so likely to me. It looks like we could get some more max pain down, and we could be seeing, you know, 1.9, the back to the $2 trillion level. It's not, it won't be ridiculous for me. It's definitely something that's possible. So I'm still remain pretty bearish unless we can get back above 2.39, $2.4 trillion on the total market cap, because that would basically negate this right shoulder. Make this a possible shoulder the other way. Not a fan of where the Stokes are either right now. 4 hours oversold, but I could see that dump and have a nasty dump down again. And this is almost a shoulder. I've looked at this and I've seen this play out, but like a shoulder, a head, and that's a right shoulder, and that wants the dump. Like, they're not perfect, but I've seen that play out like a head and shoulder pattern. So that when I look at the total market cap, like, we desperately need to get back above the 200 on the 4 hour. That's like, you know what I mean? That's a calling. And the one, and we got rejected likely, yeah, just like this, just like Bitcoin did. The total market cap, which is all of cryptocurrency, got rejected by the 200 on the 1 hour too. Like, had we got above that today, things would have changed. Either way, and right now, so that's like our calling. We need to get back above that key level. And it only makes sense. We're going to come right back down here somewhere and test right here. So I see bearishness on the total market cap of the altcoins and Bitcoin right now. And that could change in the next few days, but right now, that's what I'm seeing. All right. You got to get back above these moving averages. Otherwise, it's more downside. And POPCAT don't care. So Bitcoin came up and then went all the way back down again. Look at this. Came up a little bit and then shredded. So it went up, would have stopped us out right there and just went back down the other way. So insane. This is what you call a chop. Like, not only is it going up and down or down, but it's going up and down in a very chopful manner. At the same time, we lost to 200. That was the signal for a short. And then we had a head and shoulder pattern. So if you can dissect it into small time frames, it doesn't matter what it's doing. You can still take advantage of the market, period. I'm not saying, now I'm moving, literally, I have a mover coming to my house tomorrow. Like my car is getting picked up today by a car transport. My life is getting slowly pieced out like every single moment of my life, you know. But it is what it is, all right? It is what it is. 63,736 for Bitcoin. And also getting a rejection here. Oversold. Can you get this like loop back to the upside? But I mean, this is you know, ugly price action. And so now what you assume is what we saw before, right? And we have to remember that this is a bear flag. 6180 or even down to 61,000. So the day started off interesting. It started to dump. Then we got a great pump, rejected by the 2, and that was it. I mean, ever since then, that's been Bear City by when we couldn't get out that 200 MA in the 1 hour. And now if you take out this low, I just don't see why you won't go lower. And that brings us back to the 1 minute time frame, right? Wow. Just like boring, slow, bleed. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, this is the most fun I've ever seen in my life. You know? It is what it is. Let's jump into the chat. You guys are a lot funner right now than price action. I'll tell you that. Can you check out Waffles on Solana? It's moving. Florida is going to be amazing. Thank you. I play double bottles primarily on the 1 hour and do fairly well. I check out Clearpool. Never heard of that one. Yeah, Seapool was hot. God bless you all. Beautiful liver. Shout out to Timmy313. Ugly red candles. Yum, yum. Watching paint dry. For sure. I mean, what I will do is I'll gobble up some more BTC. Right? That's like my MO. When I'm not sure what to do with price action, I buy a little more Bitcoin when no one else is paying attention. Right? So I buy like $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. I got 68. I buy, you know, that gives me 58. And there you go. A little more BTC to add. And every little bit helps on the red days. Can't buy the green days, so I buy the red days. Even if we go to 53K, I'll still buy more. Right? So I just keep chipping away, adding to my stash. 10 years from now, I'll look back on that Bitcoin and be like, man, that was a smart move buying that Bitcoin at that level. So that's the key. That is the key. Thank you for all the people that gave chat revenue. Let's take a look at all the fan funding here and break it down. Man, taking a few days off definitely clears the head, but coming back to this PA has my head spinning. Yeah, you might want to take a few more days off. Okay, let's take a look here. This entire house is sick. We all have, yep. GB is ripping. Thanks, Sammy. Let's take a look at that. GBT USD. Let's take a look at that. It did rip. It made a nice move out the flag to the upside. It got above the 200, but look at this. And then it just came right back down again. Crazy price action all around the board. All around the board. Let's take a look at the S&P futures. So the S&P futures is more bullish though than right now presently for Bitcoin, right? It got above its 200 on the 1 hour. We talked about the money printer go brr, right? And like when that bill comes out, I don't know how that doesn't, because also when they give money to Ukraine, they buy military, you know, the private sector, right? Definitely sells things to the government. And that money goes back into the stocks, the stock market, and like Raytheon, right? Like probably a good stock. Like let's take a look at Raytheon. You would think whenever they pass a big spending bill, Raytheon may get a big move, right? I'm trying to see where. Nah. What's the ticker for Raytheon? RTX Corp. All right. So let's see. I mean, they're in a flag hitting the 21. Oversold on the daily. Look, and once they got above the 200 there in January 23rd, they were gone. 85 to 100. Raytheon looks like it's probably going to pump. Government contracts going their way, right? Let's see what happens. And that's kind of how you play the market. You think about where would that money go and why, and who benefits the most. Follow the money, man. You can follow the science until it brings you to the money, right? And then the oh, we thought it was this until it wasn't, you know. GDP, US ripping. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, thank you, Sam, for everything I've learned. Priceless. Amen. Good morning, Sam. Could you please look at? Yep, we went over that. Tia and Cat Modal, please. Yep. Good morning. God bless you. Look at FET or Arkham. May we see your Fibonacci settings? You're the best. Yeah, they're just the regular settings, man. Nothing changed. Nothing crazy. Wow. And I'm not going to pretend to tell you this price action is like even fun or manageable. It's insane. Every day it's been insane. And it's going to be insane until we get to this Fed meeting. But look, I see more downside now. I mean, this is almost like a slanted head and shoulder. Even though it's hard to see, it's like shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, dump. Right? And there's 63,650 for BTC. Man. What a day, what a couple days to move, right? And by Sunday, I'll be where I need to be. I get to Florida by 11, something like that. So everything will be fine by Sunday, but we'll see. Man, this has been nuts. A battle for the ages every single day. The only thing different about my Fibonacci settings, like I've hit out, if I show you and I right click, is the 0.65 and the 706. All right. Okay, so coming down to possibly 63,250 for Bitcoin. And we'll watch these levels for more downside. I'll continue to buy the reddest days I can for BTC. Down 837 bucks, I buy more. Down $1,000, I buy more. Down to 53,000, I buy more. All right. I'm not fazed by this price action at all. I've been here so many. I bought 19K, 15K. They can't scare me with this type of price action. They just can't. So it's going to be crazy, and they're flooding the market too as well. Take deep breaths. Everything's going to be fine. Just stay away from mixers. Like, I don't use any of those mixers. I don't do any of that stuff. You know what I mean? So just be careful. Again, do whatever makes you happy, but all right. Stay away from that stuff. If you got nothing to hide, then have nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? Don't paint yourself red for no reason. I'm just saying, like, be a good person, believe in God, and things will be okay, right? FET even almost shoulder, head and shoulder. It's in a symmetrical triangle, which could go either way. I'm telling you, look. I could see some max pain coming for fetch, even all the way down to 112. Yeah, I seem like the worst bear ever right now, but you're below the 4-hour 200. And that's when I'm bearish. If you lose the 8-hour 200, which you're about to, you've been playing, which is like Bitcoin. So like if Bitcoin does a dump, I mean, this thing's going down. Everything's going to go down max pain. For sure. Yeah, it's sad if there wasn't leverage because most people would have put their money into BTC. I agree, man. I agree. Lifer, I'm at the Fiat Mine, started a new gig. Haven't been able to get on the live stream. Came to you alike and say hi. Watch the stream after not seeing you in the 99. After not the same. Watch the stream after not the same. See you in the 99. God bless you, brother. I'll see you in the 99. Sam, check the 1 hour on Bitcoin. We're looking to form a higher low. Nice, man. I hope so. Possible higher low right there, but I mean, I don't know, man. I'd stay on the smaller time frame. You could say this was like the crazy divergence now. It's finally going to start moving back up again. And it could. It is away. Now that's the divergence away from the 21. We should bounce up, but it's a mess today. I'll let price action do its thing and settle off. I mean, you don't want to sit here and stare at this all day, in my humble opinion. Especially on a Friday. Take your kids to the park, be with your wife, maybe cook dinner for your family. Do something different today. I'll be in the charts. You don't take any days off for us. I don't let myself down if I take any more days off. God bless you. Amen. It's okay to step away from the market when it's horrible, though. Sam, are you going to take a couple days off and settle in after the big move? Safe travels? Probably not, no. But like mentally, I'm gonna be like definitely positioning, getting things ready where I'm at. My daughter has like a test day at her new school on May 7th. There's just a lot to do, right? My wife is getting more pregnant by the day, which means she's getting bigger by the day, which means she can do less things physically. So it's definitely a lot on me, but I'll get through it. I got through one pregnancy with my trading group. I'll get through another. We'll make it through no matter what, for sure. Not too late to press the like. I mean, that's why you got to cherish the days when we're ripping it, the market's floating, everyone's winning, the gains are awesome. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to be here when it's awesome, but this is the hard work where people aren't paying attention, right? And there's a lot of coins out here that I believe have awesome potential. We go over them every single week in my weekly screen share together. I try to tell you the top is in. Half the top indicators are already flashed. Bitcoin to 4K, Great Depression 2.1 left. Thanks, man, Sal. We appreciate you, bro. Thanks for being the biggest bear on earth. God bless you, brother. And you could be right, man. I'm open-minded to believe that. That's why I own real estate and have cash on the sidelines and gold and silver. You never know, right? Stay positioned for anything that's possible. I see more downside for Bitcoin headed back to 63,259. A slow bleed further down for the entire market on this Friday. So just be careful, but I see more coming down for BTC. I really do. Supposed to text me when they come to pick up the car. Oh man, what a day, huh? What a day to be alive over here. Pump on the weekend. Send me one last time over here. Send me Bonk, please. Bonk's been hot recently, hanging in there, banging on him. And some of the memes, it's funny, Bonk has been hot. PEPE's been hot. There still have been some gains in the market no matter what. So let's take a look at Bonk. Bonk looked great on that 4-hour time frame. Resetting on the 8-hour. 4-hour said it had legs. So look for Bonk to keep its 21. If Bonk can stay above this white line, the 21-day moving average here on the 4-hour time frame, then this thing could do numbers. I like that it's above its 200. If you get rid of, you can see it broke above the 200 MA. It's a good sign. We could see Bonk getting all the way up here to about like 3781, or maybe 3455 as well. Slow Friday, 426. It always comes back. When has it not? Never, right? The fact that you haven't taken a day off, bless your dedication. May you make it even bigger in life. Amen. Thank you. I cook dinner for my family every day. Family is so important. Even delivered both my children, just my wife and I. Family value, so crucial. Thanks for the healthy environment to grow my mind. Amen. God bless you, man. I appreciate that you believe this is a healthy environment for you to grow your mind. And people like you are why I come every single day. I want to be around that type of energy, those type of people. Amen. Thank you so much for your time, brother. That means the world to me. So watching BONK, if it can stay, again, if Bitcoin tanks, but BONK been doing pretty nice. BONK looks like it could make a nice 35% gains to the upside here. Oversold in that 4-hour time frame. Coming back down on the 1 hour. Got that like double top vibe, and it could easily just drop to the 200. We'll see how bad the dump for Bitcoin is, but BONK on the radar. I was looking at DAI 1 because it started to consolidate pretty nicely. But to me, now it's starting to lose the trend line. It hit my little alert earlier this morning, so I just wanted to see, or last night a bit maybe. Still got that cup and handle, still holding the higher low. Still something to pay attention to, but, not ready yet, in my humble opinion, but definitely on my radar. And they got the whole market kind of in a standstill, to be honest. Like, a lot of people are just kind of in waiting, not sure what to do. People are just like, what do I do? Funny, fruits. I have no idea what this is. It probably has too small of a market cap. But, like, this is something that I would look for. Like, I just look for consolidation with tight moving averages. I'm not saying, that just, right off the bat, I would look at some other stuff. And I also look at FA once I look at the TA. I want to see what it is, what's going on with it, right? And BNB has been another sleeper recently with the, what it's doing with how much it's burning, right? It burns a lot of the supply over time. Way more deflationary than people realize, BNB. And so it looks like it'll come back down on the daily here. But just watching BNB and see if it can consolidate for a longer period of time. Definitely something I would pay attention to. A bigger macro trade, obviously. I'm not saying dive in right now, but definitely on my radar. All right. So there's some BTC pairs out there. There's BNB. There's some meme coins that are hot. There's Gummy, which could continue to rip. And, and what else is hot today? There's, yeah, it's not. It's like, look at that. We went right to the target, to the downside. Look at that. 63,000, almost to the T, 290. We went to 313. 63.3 for Bitcoin. So a slow bleed, more downside for BTC, as you can see. More downside, slow bleed for Bitcoin. And again, it's all about, remember the hedge short on BTC is the 8 hour. Like once an 8 hour loses to 200, I lose faith in a bullish move, period. I'm done playing. Like I can't play these games. Like I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's maybe this or maybe that. No, it's bearish, period. Like that's it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, these are the facts. Everyone else goes, oh, maybe, No, it's bearish when you lose the 8 hour 200. If you keep a stop right here. Now, they tried a few times to wick it up. They made it hard to stay in this. You had to stay in it for like a day straight. And your stop loss had to be above like a better support or resistance level, not just the line. But you're now in the money on that short. And again, where do we go? Likely to the 12-hour 200 MA. I mean, I've seen it happen so many times in my life. At least to the bottom of this channel, right? So I see some nasty downside coming, possibly today. And I said this before, and then they've ripped it up on the smaller time frames. It's been a very weird, but like that's a head and shoulder pattern to the downside. This is a head and shoulder pattern. It's all there for you to see. Like people don't want to see it, right? And then that even has a measured move. It tells you exactly where it's going to go, 40, 50K. And then we'll hit this high volume node. There's no real resistance. You're in you've lost the high volume. I mean, it's all there. Just like we moved up, it says we're going down. So I see more downside. Again, I have to be a perma bear. I can't stand it. I've never had to be so bearish for so long, for so many days straight. And it honestly, it gets on my nerves because I don't like being a bear. But there's money to be made no matter what. So, you know. And they haven't even made it easy to make money the bear side. They've ripped the price back and forth, even them slamming the price down. So they've made it very difficult for anyone but a very highly experienced trader to even take a little bit of money out of this market. They've made it extremely difficult. I'm not lying to you. Very, very difficult. If you don't do this every single day on a constant basis, it's extremely difficult right now to trade leverage on Bitcoin. I'm being honest. So if I had my full wits about me and I wasn't moving and I could dial in and I had all my time and all my day, I know. And even then, I'm still able to take gains out because I'm just doing small time frame little moves. But it's not. I'm not saying it's been amazing. But like, look here. The second you lost the 200, you open up the short. If you just trade by this rule and stick to the rule and do nothing else but the rule, you're in the money. So unless they're chasing you. Bitcoin inverse cup and handle on the 4. Can you see BOOKMAP? There's liquidity to 30K. That's scary. You really shouldn't see the 30K on BOOKMAP unless you're looking at maybe a spot. But you can see right here at 56,000. Look, now they're building more liquidity that wasn't here. Look, it's just crazy too. They're also appearing and reappearing liquidity more than I've ever seen. Like 62.90 now, 62.5. And now you can see, like, looks like a major sell-off for Bitcoin today for whatever reason. And honestly, Grayscale is unloading mass amounts of Bitcoin. We also have this, we have billions of dollars expiring. So do you think it'll go up again to 64K? 6 million in Bitcoin options expires today. Yeah. I think 6 billion, my man. How do you feel about Alex Lab, main DEX on SDX? Oversold in the weekly. We like Alex. Alex is hot. I've owned Alex since it was 9 cents. Yeah, we've talked about Alex for a long time now. Yeah, so the DXY breaks out a little bit. I mean, it's still not amazing. It could get to be a fake out, but yeah, I mean, that's a nice, it broke out of the flag to the upside. For sure. They also spoof liquidity. What's that liquidity tool you use? They spoof liquidity, but honestly, a lot of times you're going to go where this says you're going. 90% of the time. Like, this says we go lower, we're likely to go lower. For sure. It's just what it is. I saw this going lower. I showed you it was going to go lower. I called the short. It went short. Love to see the inflows from BlackRock today. I bet it's a big fat zero. Cass is still in the buy zone, not moving much. Yes, Mexi is going full KYC by June. Yes, they are. Yes. You go to rnsid.id today and check out the options to KYC around the world. If it's applicable in your area, you can get yourself a KYC ID. I think it would be, might help you in the long run. So, man, the DXY is struggling, making Bitcoin struggle. I like orange BRC20. I do. Yep. I do. Yeah. But that's okay. I don't know why everyone's so afraid of KYC. Like, if you're not a shady person, what the heck are you so worried about KYC for? I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't know. I guess because I'm a known person and I'm on, like, a spotlight. So, like, my days of being, like, undercover are over, you know? So I've already sold that, like, that, you know. I really like Blowfin, drag, stop loss, take profit like Mexi. Burke, thank you. Why does Bitcoin versus Doge is moving like a stable coin? Are you still bullish for next month? 50% capital gains tax coming. If you're not breaking the law, who cares if they monitor your calls and messages, right? Weirdo. I'm just saying, you know what more of a weirdo is? To believe that they haven't been monitoring your calls since day one, man. Like, I like this guy. Who cares if they're not breaking you? I'm 100% with you, Ryan, but they're doing it anyway, man. Like, Eric Snowden told you what was happening. So, like, you can actually act like it's not, or you can act like it is. So, you're either smart enough to figure it out and think through game theory. So, game yourself through this whole thought process, Ryan. All right? They know everything about you already. They got a file on you since you were 8 years old, man. They can pull it up whenever they want. Half your phone conversations documented. Don't think, man, they got it all, man. So it's already been done, whether you think it is or not. Like, you're actually in denial, right? If you don't realize that you're already, you know. We tell Alexa every day what we're doing. Yeah, you're right. I'm waiting for RNSI by mail. I'm just saying, right? I appreciate what you're saying. And I am 100% with you, my friend. 100% with you. All right. That's why I'm just, there, but the grace of God go I. Top is in. Non-financial advice. One love. Global depression incoming. They know everything about you already. Freedom requires eternal vigilance. Keep resisting or it'll get worse a lot quicker. And look, it's getting droopy here for BTC. Mass sell-off for Bitcoin. Grayscale just probably doing numbers on us today. Just insane. Every third call is recorded. IKY, you're funny, man. Everyone is controlled. They have words such scans, man. Yeah, that's why. And then you say it and write it in there. Smart guy, right? I just like TSA random. Yeah. Oh my gosh, no. No way. No way. A lot of interesting news too. Came out of yesterday was crazy, right? MetaMask, just a lot of stuff. Official vendor for American Airlines. We offered to presenting solution to their lounges, the coffee roasting company. Legendary Aviation Coffee. Interesting. Bruce Fenton. See, less than 25 years ago, about when the movie The Matrix came out, the thought of the government demanding to know your assets was almost unheard of. You had the right to own gold, collectibles, and cash, and it was no one's business. If you had income, you were supposed to report it, but assets were not reportable. Today's government around the world take it as some sort of birthright to know your private business and holdings. This isn't the way it has been, and is not the way it should be. It's a very new and very bad idea. Interesting, man. There's people that are always out there, battling for our rights. I put out this poll. A lot of people said they would leave the U.S. 447 votes. Let's get more votes in here out of the 3,000 viewers. So, a lot of different comments here, but 70% of the people said they would leave America. And isn't that what they want to? Like, take it from the inside, right? Just, you don't even have a war if you can just get everyone to leave that cares about it. Pretty crazy. So crazy. You can get caught up on Twitter. And, Japan, this one company buys 6.25 million. I mean, 6 million, it's not huge. But again, it's more about the adoption of the company buying that much Bitcoin, right? It's a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. And so the divergence still keeps coming in there, but it just does nothing. And that's what happens. Like, you'll get divergences that just, you'll continue to get smashed down. There's not enough buy pressure for the divergence to kick in. The bots don't care, that people don't, it's not there. You don't have the desire, okay? You see, I keep buying a little bit here and there because you can't buy a green. You got to buy red, right? In my humble opinion. Bring that back. Sorry about that. Silicon Valley achieved what the Secret Services couldn't boast. Well, yeah. What's up with COON up? So much token metric says it's a buy. What's up with quant? You mean, right? I don't know, man. Or gal. Chart whiff, please. And look, even the dollar right now it has hit a red moment there. Whiff has a shoulder, head, and a shoulder that wants to dump to the downside. See that? Shoulder, head, right shoulder, and got rejected by the 4 hour. Everything's in these funky, like, symmetrical triangles, which mainly want to break to the downside, right? 50-50 pattern for whiff. If it breaks up, it goes back. It goes to 6 to a new all-time high. Or it breaks down to 24. Be honest, whenever I'm below a 200, like we're looking for the 200 on the 8 hour now. So I'd look for whiff to drop down to this 8 hour if it can't hold the trend line. So if I was going to swing, if I was going to buy it long term, I'd either hold what I had. Could get a bounce here off of 382. The moving averages are getting tight. So what you want to see is you want to see this consolidate. And then boom, a big move. I still hold my whiff. I'm not selling it. And I hold like $6,000 of it. So if that helps you at all, I hold $6,000 a whiff right now. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I'm not panic selling anything. I'm holding my positions. To me, we're still in a bull run until we're not. We're above the daily 200. We're in an uptrend. And so I'll show you my big picture idea for Bitcoin while everyone is like freaking out. It's really just looking at the 3-day chart, the daily chart, and talking about how we have a high, a low, a higher low. Like, unless we took out this low here, and Bitcoin ended up closing a daily, 3-day, weekly candle below 32,000, then the next uptrend, I would be out so fast. That would be my time to get out. And I would say this trend is done. And I'd take what I was willing, lick my wounds and go from there. But I mean, we're in a bull trend. And this just consolidates and likely going to continue to pump to the upside. If it was so dumpy, we would have dumped even worse by now. So you just got to look at it at the bigger picture and just take a deep breath. And for me, it's accumulation. And if we come down to a Fibonacci retracement, that's very healthy. I've seen that many times. So if we come back to the 618, which almost looks like too much of a gift, like, I don't know if we're going to get that gift. Like, that would be really cheap Bitcoin for the world. I don't know if BlackRock and the big boys are going to let that price get that low. They might FOMO in before we have a chance. They'll front run us really probably before we get to that area. So, like, to me, this is a dream boat. Everyone's more afraid we're going to dump. This is more of a dream. Like, could we really get $43,000 Bitcoin? Really? $45,000 Bitcoin? Like, could that actually happen? What's interesting is I want to look at that on Binance USD is a little shady because I feel like their price is never, I don't know, their price is just a little weird. So if I look at Coinbase here and do the same thing. No, but it is, yeah, it's like 42K. Oh, yeah, because we've been doing this one here. So it's interesting. I mean, what if we go all the way back to 40,000 on this fib, on this bigger fib? We ran up quite a number for a long time. There was a lot of money to be taken out of this market. I was stashing, you gotta, and I'm about to take some profits too, eventually too. Like, it's, every 6 months into June or July, I'll take some profits. So if we see another surge, I will take more money, You got to at least slowly pay yourself something. Too many people are, again, I'm not saying I don't have long-term bags I don't touch, but what are you going to live on? What are you going to have to invest? Maybe, you know. So that's a giant cup and handle back down to the 618 golden pocket. That's what's got people interested. That would get a lot of people to want to get back into Bitcoin. 50,000, 53,000. That would hit these key levels of the previous shoulders of that right shoulder. Again, are they going to give us that gift of that price? Usually, the powers that be do not give us cheaper Bitcoin where we want it to be had. So, sorry, I'm trying to just get... But it still could be a nice slow bleed from April, May, June through June or July, and then into August we start to retrace, and then that September, October is usually where things get really crazy. We have the election, things are going to get, setting up for something crazy. So what's got me a little weary is when I look at the monthly on the all-time history index. The monthly has a nasty bearish div, which I've never backtested monthly bearish divergence before. But it's that's bear city, and you're away from the 21, and like I've that's a bearish sign. Like, it also says that 42,000 could definitely be an area that we come back to. So be a 50% retracement for Bitcoin right now. Or no, a 30%, right? Because you lose 20K on 60K. I don't want to be the bearer of bearish news. I'm being an honest guy and showing you guys the facts every day here on the channel. And you got this shoulder, head, and shoulder. It's all setting up for bearishness. So like, unless Bitcoin can get back above 67.2, like, I'm a bear, right? Because really, that's the only thing that would negate this head and shoulder pattern on the daily. Look, there's more downside. That looks like you're going to take a topple down. So to me, to protect yourself, the earlier the better. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, but the earlier the better is to hedge a short. Stop loss somewhere here, entry here. So if it rips back up, so be it. But if it dumps, you got yourself covered on this short. So to me, a short hedge is basically necessary at this point. And I'd rather get stopped out on the short hedge and let my rest of my portfolio breathe. Bang, right? But this looks very likely to me. So again, you do you, but I'm just saying a short hedge down to the 786, 48,000, 52,000 level isn't far-fetched. All right? And if you... That's a nice protection right there for Bitcoin. Stokes say yes. Pattern says yes. Moving averages say yes. Fibonacci says yes. You got rejected by 67.2. You lost moving averages on the 8 hour. Right? If you get back above the 8 hour 200 MA, fine. If you got back above the 1 hour, we could talk. But right now, looks like free fall for Bitcoin. Again, I could be wrong. I don't mean to be the bearish guy in the world. I'm just showing you what the charts are telling me. It could change somewhat, but most of the time, this is what we're saying. If we close this month near or below 61.3, we will have a bloodbath for some months. Yeah, bags packed. I'm in for the long haul. And again, as I say this, I'm buying more Bitcoin, right? 57K is needed before going up because previous bull run shows 20% correction is crucial for a successful all-time high. Just make it through the summer and we're golden. Don't get taken out. I'm working overtime to continue to accumulate. Bitcoin won't go below 30K ever again. Always bullish using the chart. Invert button. 56 is what I was saying when you started your stream at 10:10. Just dump and get over with it. I need to buy more. Amen. Some people waiting for that opportunity. 63,000 waiting, 62.4, and Big Red's now below us, suckering us further down. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. You see that inverted head and shoulder there? Shoulder, head, right shoulder. We basically came to that target of the flag. Now you make the ascending triangle. Like this is just like the same, you know what I mean? And then do you pump back up to the 200? That's an inverted head and shoulder, 68% chance of a move to the upside. That would break you back to the point of control and all the way back up to the 200 MA. All right. We will not see under 56K. Means they will keep waiting forever. Elizabeth Warren is such a... if you think I'll go, whatever you think, I'll go 66K. My 66 is between 50 Bitcoin this summer. You guys get it. That's good. And you will make it. Crypto King, we love you, man. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Cassandra Regaldo. Lifer, may you please show us your settings on the 5 MA. What days you have on each color line? Very simple. All right. The white is 21. The red is 50. The purple is 80. The blue is 100. Like here. So 21, 80, 21, 50, 80, 100, and 200. That's all. So the 21 is the white. 50 is red. 80 is this pinkish purple. 100 is blue. And yellow is 200. All right. E still looks stable for now. Can you show a weekly chart in comparison to previous runs? This guy says we've been consolidating between 60 and 70K for 2 months after a monster rally and never previous cycle's all-time high. And near the previous cycle's all-time high. Nothing bearish about current price action. In my opinion, next leg up will be violent and wreck the bears. Anything is possible. That's how I look at it. I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't think I looked at PEPE. I think I talked about PEPE, but I didn't look at it. I mean, memes have been interesting, to say the least. And, well, you just want to see this consolidate. Looks like it's going to come back down to the bottom of the range there. If it can pump, it's going to go boom. This weekend looks like we may get a little bit of alt love, but you never know. All right. Digging that shirt, Sam. God bless. Thank you. Appreciate it. I think Bitcoin already bottomed for the top at 59, and that's where the bulls accumulated. And the range between 60 to 70K will be for the flush. I think that's just airdrop Pepe. Woohoo. That's pretty cool. 3 days looking bullish to me with the bull div on the RSI and the MACD. I think Bitcoin already bottomed from the... Yep, I heard you rocking Surah. If you say it one more time, we're going to have to mute you. That's your third time, and you're going to have to be just muted for a little bit. We'll put you on timeout for 10 minutes there for just repeating yourself over and over again ridiculously. And I read it too, which means you weren't paying attention. I know you are 10 minutes behind. We love you. We appreciate you. Just, I can't handle it today. Okay. Thank you. And interesting, again, we have this shoulder. It just like seems like head and shoulders are abound today. Everywhere we look. There are many shorts. Think whales will liquidate them soon. You think a lot. You guys like to think a lot. You know. I'm going to take a break from price action, let it breathe, come back to it with a new eye in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and see what I'm seeing. All right. End of the day, yes, we are in a range. We break this range, though. Again, even if we wick down, we come down and we make another wick just off the 200. That would make sense to me. Come back inside the pattern, come up, and then, you know, I just don't be surprised if we do hit the 22-hour 200 MA. That's all. Sammy, how's the new moving company? Did you get your money back from the idiot? Yes, I did get my money back already. You know how I got the new moving company? is a woman that watches the channel with her husband says, we've watched you for years. We really care about you. And, yeah, and we're gonna, my husband's gonna move you personally all by himself, with with help, and he's gonna help you. All right. Yeah, so I'm in good hands with a lifer now. So, could this be the inverted head and shoulders on the 1 hour Bitcoin? Honestly, to me, no. Too messy. More like an M pattern that didn't make that like, or more like a sketchy M. And wants to dump down. Unless you want to draw this trend line and say you're in this. You could do this. This makes more sense to me. But that looks like it's going to dump more likely to the downside as well. I'm bearish unless you can get back above 67.2, really, at the end of the day. I mean, that's... Shoulder, head, right shoulder. No good. Lifers are a special kind of people. 2 hour looks bearish to me, yeah. Sammy, you look a bit concerned about price action. We love you, brother. Oh, I'm not concerned. I'm just giving you the honest opinion of like where I own tons. I don't like to see Bitcoin go down $20,000. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I'm not concerned. I'm just telling you guys the truth. That's all. That's all. There's money to be made either way. Nice people in the live group. Love you all. We're stronger together. Amen. Bearish mode activated. Yeah. Do you have an opinion on the internet company computer protocol? I think it'll do numbers over time. I think they're a good team and they'll be here for a long, Good morning, Sam. Have a great day, brother. Shout out to Rudy, man. God bless you. We will make money either way. Amen. Like the short buzz special or, you're funny. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Could you please check INTC stock? I tried to add it to the super chat. I'm not sure it worked. INTC? Intel Corp. I mean, bearish when you lose 200 MAs. So like the second Intel lost the 200 MA, that was bearish. But it got oversold on the weekly with somewhat of a higher low. Wow, it's pretty messy, right? Rejected by the 200, came down. I mean, it's in a bear market unless it can get back above its 200 MA. You know what I mean? That's how I look at stuff. That's really bearish. The 2-week chart, as long as it can hold this higher low, though, it's a buy. So if it can hold this higher low, that's the best place to be buying it if you believe in it long term. So it's undervalued, bit of a kind of a cup and a handle, but pretty messy, man. Sir, Bitcoin trade, please. I'm in a loss. That's fair. No, I just hold ALYZ now. I'm not buying anymore, but I just hold it now. Yeah. BOOKMAP also suggests that we go lower, deep red at 62.9 and all the way down. It looks like we're going to go lower, everybody. That's just what it says. That's what the charts convey to me. I could be wrong. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. We'll be back tomorrow morning with another update. I think so, if we can. And then tomorrow night as well for another beautiful live stream. So I love you all. I appreciate you. Enjoy your family. Enjoy this time when the market's in complete weirdness to be with your kids and don't stress. And remember, there's always tomorrow. There's always opportunities in your life. So I love you all. I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. Thank you so much for everyone that came to the live. Thank you for all the super chats and all the love. I greatly appreciate it. I can't wait to get this move out of my way so I can get back to 100% focus on everything in my life. But duty calls, right? And that is what it is. I have a life. So I love you all. I appreciate you. And I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you all. Thank you so much. And be strong. You can, you will. You are the best. We are the best. You have to believe that you are the opportunity, and you will find more opportunity. I'm telling you right now. I'll see you all later. I'll see you in the trading group too as well. Thank you for everyone that came to Screen Share last night. It was amazing. I had a blast. God bless you all.